look, a pair of boobies. Welcome to the one-player / single-player podcast. Happy late Memorial Day to you all. Didn't want to do this on Monday because I thought we were doing the multi-tap then, because we pushed away from Sunday, and then Tuesday was like, it was like really bad out. I overslept, and there's a lot of, it was 90 degrees outside, so I'm like, yeah, I don't want to, but I got to think of my personal safety here, and just, because I want to be talking an awful lot, and I know how good this mic is, so I got to be careful. I want to do this like very early in the day, so my air conditioning is not on right now, so if I sound real tired, it's just because I just woke up and showered and everything. And by the end, I'll shake all the cobwebs out. But anyway, to kick things off, summary for Renoa, a couple games I've played. It was like an arcade package. It was like 2 games for like $12. I picked up Ultratron, which is basically Robotron with like power-ups and achievements, and like in between levels you build up your character. Same thing goes for Titan Attacks! Which is Space Invaders. Those games are kind of fun. You know, little time wasters there. Kind of when I wasn't grinding for things, but then I remembered I was still in like Kingdom Hearts, and I did all the extra stuff in that as well. Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Fuck the Ice Titan, but really fuck Sephiroth. Like, god damn. Like, I did remember that fight, and then it was like, oh, you can still hit me out of me trying to use my elixirs to get me back in the fight, and I'm like, wait, he hit me, the elixir didn't go off. Oh wait, yes it did. Like, that was weird too. It's just remembering how to fight him, and I'm like, oh, why don't I just use the elixirs and just spam the fuck out of my new triangle moves and just build him that way? I think that's how I beat him in the second one too. Like, I just like max level as much MP as I can get out of Ultima Weapon and just did that. Like, I knew once I beaten Sephiroth, I didn't want to do anything else before then. I was like, okay, I can beat Sephiroth, I can beat the Ice Titan. I'm in pretty good shape for every fucking thing else. Kurt Ziza was like a little tough, and then it was like, okay, how do I beat this guy again? It's been a while. I'm like, oh, the change it up tactics with the shield and everything. Okay, how do I beat the Phantom? Because that was the one boss as a kid when I bought the original. Well, not really a kid, but you know what I mean. When I was younger, I should say. But yeah, that was the one thing, that was the one boss I didn't have the patience to fight, because all it did was give me like a bigger stop spell, but I'm like, trophy. I can do that. And that's how you get all of, and I was looking for Donald's final, as well, because you gotta max out all your spells to get the final scepter from Merlin, which is another trophy. I did all the time shit. I got Save the King, Save the Queen for the Hades Cup. I did all the cups. Did all the mini games. The one I was missing was that Jungle Vine thing, which I was like, no, I'm not gonna play this. Oh, it already gave me the trophy? Well, fuck it, I'm out. Oh, it's just discover them? Alright, cool. Thank you. I just had to look for it and find it, and I'm like, okay. They're like, where is this? I'm like, okay. So yeah, I didn't do much for the LP, mostly because I was grinding in that, and then Kingdom Hearts kind of took over. And I think at some point I'll try and do all the gummy ship stuff, because I didn't do that yet, and I wasn't in a mood to do it for Tuesday, because I was busy watching a friend of mine stream, Retro 31, on Hitbox. I'll put that in below. He's doing like a year, not a year long, Jesus. You can tell him, I already can't talk, and I'm tired. But yeah, I think he's doing a month-long streaming thing. He's trying to get to, like, he's trying to raise money to get to, regionals for his Magic the Gathering, so if you guys can give a little and help out with that, it'd be appreciated. If your money situation's pretty good, you know. But anyway, got a couple of scoops for you. Guilty Gear Zard Revelator has been announced in arcades. It's got the familiar to BlazBlue stylish mode, giving you auto combos at the mashing of a single button. You Johnny fans out there will be happy because he's playable now again. Thank you very much. I kind of like him as well. And a new character in this silhouette shown here. At first I'm thinking like Bridget. But I don't know. It's got like the halo thing on top and a ball and chain or something like that. And, I'm thinking either like the hair, and there was like make me think like the nun thing or something like that. That Bridget had on. So I'm like, will he be in that? People get gay for Bridget again? It might be somebody new. It might be one of the... I'm thinking either Bridget or the newer weapons, like Elfelt and Ramlethal. That's what I'm thinking anyway. Co-creator Ed Boon on Twitter said to expect Tanya sometime in early June. He also teased that Ren would be made available in the future as well, which seems like a no-brainer considering his new look in the story mode of the game, and I'm like, why isn't he playable? Street Fighter V finally reveals fully M. Bison and what he's capable of, and I'm very uneasy about this. And I was always kind of, people are always kind of uneasy about Street Fighter V, like that one thing where it's that one fight between Daigo and somebody, they're spamming fireballs at people, it's just like boom, boom, boom. I'm like, I don't know. Makes me think of the custom combo, if that's what they're bringing back, that's cool, but that M. Bison trailer's got him fucking, he's teleporting like he's goddamn Quan Chi in MK10. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, that doesn't feel like Street Fighter at all to me, honestly. Like, that's why I'm like a little uneasy. Like, he looks cool. I like the little kind of half trench coat kind of look he's got going for him. But man, I don't know. Like, visually it looks cool, but seems like they're trying like something different, and they might lose that Street Fighter identity and become like a different game entirely, which is, for Street Fighter, is like you're the originator. You're supposed to like lead the pack, not follow everybody else to what they're doing. That's why I'm uneasy. But anyway, again, it's only because trailers, so I don't know if that's like fully gameplay or not. I don't know. I'd like to think they showed it off in the trailer. It's gonna be gameplay. I don't know. I'm like, You Ultra Street Fighter 4 fans will be happy, though, especially if you got a PlayStation 4, because last night that became available, and it had, like, from PS3 to PS4 conversion games, like, let's say Injustice, for example, all the DLC is available. The final boss for Killer Instinct has been revealed. You might have seen her at the end of Cinder's reveal trailer. You might have, for those who've really, really good in Season 1, you might have seen her as well be hinted at the end of, after you beat Shadow Jago, but Aria, all caps. She's interesting in the fact that she has not 1, not 2, but 3 life bars divided among her drones. That lets her change up how she operates. She has Booster Drone, which lets her give her air maneuverability. Looks like she's got wings, helps her move around, I guess, added mobility. Blade Drone gives her, like, more chip damage normals and increased poke range, so interesting. So even though normal attacks, she can do chip, so. And, Base Drone, which is, like, a whole bunch of amazing multi-hit projectiles, apparently, according to the Killer Instinct wiki I'm reading through. But, yeah. 3 life bars. Seems, like, unfair, but their life bars are, like, way smaller than an actual fighter's, and as normally you'd have to take a fighter down twice to beat them. Like, once you take them down, they get back up and have another life bar afterwards, and it's like the fight starts up again after a little bit. Once you take all 3 of her drones out, that's it. She's done. So you gotta be careful if you're using her. You gotta be careful in, like, switching out drones, because apparently you could be pretty vulnerable during that, and you could just get beat out of it and just, like, it ends up to like a free hit. Another game came out last night on Steam, Guilty Gear XX Accident Core Plus R, and finally Dengeki Bunko, that fighting climax game, is getting an update. It's going to add a new character and tweaks the arcade version. It's going to add Emi Yusa from The Devil is a Part-Timer to the playable roster. There's a couple of balance changes with that. I originally didn't have anybody for my scoping for Rinoa, but I remembered someone by the name of Pushing Up Roses, and I saw her draw my life thing on YouTube, and she got pretty real with that stuff. It made me think about how bad I was at that time. Like, nowhere near as bad as what she had to say, but I was diagnosed early with like, they did us. I was pretty much in the special classes myself because they didn't know what to work with me, and my mom and dad were like, don't put them on, like, medication or something. We don't want, they didn't want that from me, I guess. So, or at least again, I might be too young to remember. I do remember being in special classes, like in grade school or something like that. Like, they would sometimes put me in that, because I was gifted, but I still had, like, mostly behavioral problems, and it just, like, would lash out at people sometimes. it's something that kind of developed. I guess I was just not mature enough at the time. I got that now. It's just something that came through with like a little later on with like age or whatever. So I'm not like, because it doesn't take much to like set me off, honestly. Just to get like angry wise or something like that. And I'll just be like, well, I get, with age and experience, you're like, okay, well, I'm pissed off, and I'm not gonna like take it out on anybody, and I don't want to take it out on anybody, especially, and that's what kind of helped her out, being the content, like creating content and all that, and it's kind of what helped me out as well. Like I'm doing this mostly for myself, honestly. Like I know it was like 2 days ago, but I can just be like, I don't have to do this, I want, but I do. It's not a have, it's a want. I want to do this. I want to create more content. I want to. That's why I keep talking about like the move as well, so I can like get my. I'm hoping to get like my own like just a really big room to myself, like just the whole studio to do all this shit and be all personal and be able to do this, like, because right now I'm sharing it with other people, and I'm like, one person already moved out, so I can finally start with the moving process, if that's a thing. So. Hopefully sooner than later I can get that done, and then I can. The dream was to upload whenever the fuck I want instead of waiting till early morning, and then I can get you guys that have been bugging me to not really bugging me. That sounds like really that sounds negative. I apologize, but I know Vexper wants to talk wrestling with me, and I would like to do that. I would like to bring other people on here. Maybe I can start doing that. When I can record anytime I want, and like. Kind of, it's like, oh, what time are you guys available? Because right now, I just like as soon as I get up is when I do these, and usually like get these out of the way, because they do take like you might see it for like under an hour, but with all the fuck ups and editing, it's like even longer than that, and finding all the pictures you might see on things. So yeah, but yeah, the Draw My Life just like really hit home, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much the reason I'm making stuff now, doing that stuff. It's kind of like. Helped me out, and then especially the 2 years kind of helped me break out of my shell and get a little bit more comfortable with myself. Like I used to be like very, very pessimistic about myself. Even early on with like videos, I'm like, yeah. Like you get like, I guess it's like first year jitters or something like that. Like, do people like this? Do I need to keep doing this? I'm like. And then I start making like the jokes to know how to make myself laugh. I think that's how that started. Like, if I make myself laugh, I entertain myself. I'm like, okay, I like this. If other people will like it too, it'll be like awesome. I'm like, yay! So, again, just really much love and thanks to Pushing Up Roses just for bringing that to the surface, and just being like, okay, kind of helped me out in a way too. So, all right, let me get to because I got a lot of stuff I did over a couple of weeks now for the snacking for right now. I'm going to kick it off with some Mountain Dew, but let's first see how Dave's brand approaches that. Mountain Pop, they call it, original. Tastes more like a slightly sweeter, less strong Sprite, which I guess is bargain flavor Mountain Dew in a sense. Chicken or the egg? We got a Code Red! Mountain Dew Code Red, to be exact. 2 podcasts ago, I tried the Sangrita Blast, which is a big hit for me. I bought another one just yesterday in that 90-degree weather. Now, this has been around for a while, this Code Red, so I thought I'd try it now. It's like a lukewarm cherry flavor. Like, I think some of their later drinks gotten a lot better with that flavoring and stuff like that. Like, this was, like, very early on. Like, they weren't... like, this seems like a very unsure kind of cherry, if that makes sense. Like, just like, it's cherry, but it's not quite cherry. Yeah. And I decided it's been a whole a year after year since the first time Baja Blast appeared in Taco Bell and started drinking. Tried that for a while and I was like, ugh. But now they're in bottles all over stores, so I'm like, you know what? I felt bad. I'm like, you know what? Maybe that was just a one-time thing. Maybe if I try it now, maybe they've improved it. I'll give it that second chance, and I can say it's gotten much better than I remember. It reminds me a lot of the, which they don't do anymore, I think, because probably it's like, really unhealthy shit, but, those, Taco Bell Frutistas, like the really, like the mad strong super lime blasted drinks that would just wake you up super hard in the morning. It's just not as strong. The lime is still very powerful with this one, but, hey, I've gone from hating this to actually recommending it for you guys, so, yeah, Baja Blast. I'm all turned around on you, so. Canada Dry brings us 2 newer flavors. The first being a blackberry ginger ale. I guess blackberry on its own is just not enough, and that's why I keep seeing it mixed with other things. Like I'll see it with like tea or something like that more often than not. The ginger ale keeps things a little more interesting, because it's Canada Dry, and they make the best ginger ale ever. I can't help but feel I'd rather have one or the other and not necessarily both at the same time. If you want something new, go for that, but if you're comfortable with your ginger ale as is, you're not going to get much with this one. It's just going to be like, it's going to taste a little weird to you. And the second one I found being Island Lime, which outside of maybe those Jolly Rancher sodas, is probably the best straight-up lime soda you can have. Like, again, this is amazing. And it made me want the peach one again, too. I gotta find that again, too, because that was good. Arizona Orangeade. This was out when I was shopping today in the 90-degree weather. Opened this bad boy up. All natural flavors, apparently. It just tasted like a really weak orange juice with no pulp. Or like a okay orange soda, or like orange soda without the carbonation to it. Recommended if you needed to cool down quickly in that 90-degree weather like I did, but on its own, it was okay. It's just, it was alright. Puffed Goldfish. I'm not sure what or how twisted their grilled cheese flavor is. That's the new one that came out just recently. All I know is that's a welcome addition. The best, in my opinion, is the spicy one, the buffalo wing. It's the perfect crime, because it's all of the flavor with, like, little to no heat. I think it's because it's puffed that the heat level drops or something like that. It's just amazing. Like I said, it's the perfect crime, and I unfortunately can't say the same for, I forget what they were. They were, I tried them, and I was, like, really unimpressed, and it's just like, eh. But they're Nathan's cheddar cheese crinkle cut fry shaped chips or something like that. Something along those lines. If I can find them, I'll put up a picture. I forget what they were actually called. Just very, very unmemorable. I know that much. I'd seen, I haven't had them yet. I'll get them sometime this week. Because I haven't seen them in other stores. But I'll go to, like, my big shopping center and get them. Because that's where I saw them last. S'more, and I talked to Sky about this, but it's S'more Oreos, or S'moreos, if you will. Yeah, I'll be doing that for the next podcast. Multi or no, I don't know. It's been a month now. I'm like, maybe I should take over Sundays and just start doing that so I can get it out of the way. Something to think about. I got a lot to go over. Again, mostly once after I move, I'll be able to like ponder that a little bit better. But anyway, let's get to the nitty-gritty, so to speak. Because I originally was gonna be like, what if I wait till next Monday? But I'm like, that's 5 hours times 2 and a pay-per-view, so that's gonna condense that shit. I don't know. Well, I'll be doing that like right off the bat because I usually write stuff down throughout, and I don't know if I could condensing it would just kind of fall away. So not for last Monday with the Monday and SmackDown before it, and again I apologize for being late, but it is what it is. Raw begins with the Authority gloating about how Rollins retained his title, and says for Orton, Ambrose, and Reigns, you go to the back of the line, and they reveal that the now vacant there's like a table in the middle, and sitting on top of it is the vacant Intercontinental Championship, and they go on to say that it'll be contested in the Elimination Chamber. Sheamus interrupts and shows how instrumental he was in Daniel Bryan being out of action after the battering he gave him a month ago on SmackDown, and the reason why the Intercontinental title is currently sitting there instead of around someone's waist, because that's what happened. Because he left last week due to injury. He had to vacate it. And Sheamus is like, forget the chamber. I should be rewarded with that title right now. Ryback comes out and agrees, pretty much agrees with the crowd. What they're saying is that he looks stupid and says, you want to pick on somebody, pick on me. So stuff's like, you two are both in the chamber, and you two going to throw down next one-on-one. Booker T says, Sheamus wants that world title. So I don't know why he's going after the IC title. It's not quite the doorway to the world title anymore. If anything, like I would think the US title's kind of like taken over that. If anything, like just because how strongly Cena's been defending it and contesting it week after week, just building that up. So the man makes the championship, not the other way around. And Ryback is still favoring his ribs, but he manages to rally with a big time power bomb. Spinebuster even dropped Sheamus near head first onto a table, just bouncing him off that steel post. Ryback actually boots Sheamus into the corner as the ref tries to pull him apart. Sheamus still, like, checking his eye, like something bad happened to him, like he got poked or something like that, accidentally. So Ryback gets pulled up by the referee, and when he comes back, Sheamus just, boom! Surprise bro kick and wins. So again, like, heel tactics. Steph and Triple H talking about Rollins' celebration tonight backstage. I wrote it down later, I forget what it's called, but it's like something of, it's like the advent of the architect or something like that, whatever I wrote down. Rollins is celebrating a little early. He's pouring champagne for everybody. He gives it to Triple H, Stephanie, and reluctantly to Kane as well, saying at first, like, you know, if anyone deserves this, it's you. Especially considering you doing the right thing and saving your job last night. Giving you something to celebrate about. And Ambrose off the side, Dean Ambrose off the side comes in. He's like, you know, it took 4 guys to retain that title. That's a new record for you, you know. And last time we went 1-on-1, I beat you. So at Elimination Chamber, I'll give you a rematch. Just put that title on the line. Triple H just laughs it off and says, you know, Kane, you got this. You know, you take care of this one. Rollins is like, what, you don't remember what Triple H said about back of the line? That's you. And when you get there, you say hi to Orton and Reigns for me, and he leaves. And Ambrose is like, wow, Kane, you really are just the Authority's butler now. What Paul Bearer and Taker think? Kane's just pissed, like, you do not talk about my family. And if you want action so bad, you're going to have it tonight against Bray Wyatt. So I guess we're rehashing that again. Ooh. Renee Young in the ring, interviewing the man that Gravity doesn't have to like or anything, Baka, Neville. She asks how it is competing here. He says, you know, there's nothing like it. Take a look at me. I'm not the biggest guy, but I've had my doubters. But I enjoy proving my doubters wrong off that top rope. And off that top rope, I'm 10 feet tall and invincible, baby. He doesn't say it like that, but yeah, he's all cocky and shit. And Bo Dallas comes out, minus that heel goatee. I guess he got rid of it. I guess it didn't look good for him. But I'm like, he's still kind of, okay, whatever. I do miss the heel goatee, I'm just saying. It did make him kind of look goofy, though, so it's half and half, kind of. He's like, you're inspirational, like the little engine that could. But you, Neville, are the little engine that couldn't. And it takes courage to keep your head up held so high. I'd say your career is looking up, but I'd be lying. And I don't say things I don't believe. Oh my god, if he did that. It'd be the best and worst thing ever. He'd be like, you did this, Ranella. He learned it by watching you. You alright? Neville reminds him that, you know, before he came to WWE, you had the longest reign as NXT champion, and it was a reign that I believe it was by beating you, and Bo incensed that this just starts beating on Neville before his match with a taped up leg. Like, he's still selling that, tweaking it on pay-per-view against King Barra. So at Bo Dallas on commentary, he takes him on again, and Bo calls Booker Mr. T as Barrett works that tweaked knee leg over the tweaked knee. Is it the knee or like I think it's his whole leg was just like taped up, so I don't know if it's like the knee or just the whole thing. But yeah, his whole leg was just worked over that ring apron, and eventually Barrett picks up the win after a royal bullhammer. And Bo comes in, of course, to pick the bones, so Bo and Neville rival in WWE. They're going to have a match at the Elimination Chamber. I don't hate that idea, but you know, Neville did nearly beat Cena for the U.S. title claim last week till Rusev got involved. And now he's fighting Bo Dallas, who wasn't really doing all that much beforehand, so. Well, maybe it is too early, you know. Still got to work with Neville. This could be a chance for Bo Dallas to, you know, to get like a pay-per-view win and, you know, get his name back up there, you know. So, looking forward to it, if nothing else. Speaking of Rusev, he's in the ring, sans Lana. He's like, no Lana for you! There is no Lana. She needs to learn her place, and she does not speak for me. I speak for me. I know how to say I quit. I speak your stupid American language. I don't know why he's... You're stupid. You're stupid. And don't forget, you're stupid. Now do Manders. Your stupid American language. I never said I quit. I beat him so bad he passed out in the middle of this ring, and then Lana quit on me because she's weak. Bring back Cena. Bring the Authority. I want a rematch. Lana comes down the ring, mic in hand display, like, to explain, Rusev, you're not who you seem to be. You're not just a Bulgarian brute. You're misunderstood. I believed in you from the beginning. I've been with you from the beginning. I was positive you'd be the first to make Cena say I quit, but you didn't. I said I quit for you because I was worried. What did you want me to do? I protected you. I can watch you continue to scream in Bulgarian that I quit over and over again. Rusev's like, liar! I don't need you. No one does. You're weak. Get out. Ambrose versus Wyatt. Both guys having to ride them clean pay-per-view wins for the first time in a while. So it's like, yeah. So who's it going to be tonight? Ambrose bending Bray's arm way, way back as Bray hits him with fist after fist. Clothesline Ambrose out of the air as he's going for that crossbody from the looks of things. Hits a slingshot suplex to Ambrose from the ropes to the floor. There's a guy dressed as Hogan in the crowd hyping this match up even harder. Bray Wyatt teases that back senton off the top rope again. I guess that's his new thing he's got on. So the reason Ryback busted up a rib or something, I don't know why he's still using it. We'll see how everybody else takes it. It gets a little dangerous, but we'll see. They got rid of the curb stomp for Seth Rollins. I know that because of that reason. Seems a little too dangerous. Yeah, I can see. But yeah, back senton off the top rope, who dodges Ambrose rallies, but Mercury distracts the ref as Noble shoves Ambrose off the top rope right into his sister Abigail. Bray Wyatt wins. The tag team titles are on the line. Cesaro and Kidd get their rematch against Kofi and Big E. Xavier Woods barred from ringside this time. Kofi says Xavier's banned due to this trumped up controversy. The only controversy is the injustice committed against us, because not only do we have to compete in the chamber, there's not only that, but we got to compete in the chamber against 5 teams. And Kofi's like, 3 ain't enough? They ain't. Kudos bringing up that. They go, wow. Quite the turnaround for guys, And I even see people like clapping for these guys, like the New Day, like they're into it now, mostly because they got something going for them, and they're not just guys doing the clapping thing. Now they're heels. They have a little more edge, a little more personality to them, and they're like, oh, okay, these guys are kind of entertaining to watch now. It's like Bo Dallas all over again. It's like that kind of thing, and I'd be kind of cool to see them put together. Honestly, the same dynamic, kind of. They'd make an interesting fit. The power of positivity would bring them together. Big E and Cesaro to kick things off as Big E gorilla presses Cesaro and beats him into the ropes. And fights him up in a stalling suplex. Tags the Tyson Kid. They fight off the New Day to the outside as Cole says Rusev, King Barrett, and R-Truth are joining the chamber match for the IC title. Because R-Truth... New Day batters Kid into the corner. They don't break away from that, so they force a disqualification. And more tag teams spill in with the Lucha Dragons, Los Matadors, the Ascension, and finally the Primetime Players getting in on some action. So there's all your teams for that Tag Elimination Chamber match. The United States Championship is on the line as NXT Champion Kevin Owens answers the call. Congratulates Cena on his win and says, I'd introduce myself, but you already know who I am, and for those who don't, they're not worth my time. And let me use your mind, said Sami Zayn was already hurt before you even got here, Cena, before you even had your match last week. And John's like trying to give him some veteran advice, and Owens is like, nah, I've been wrestling longer than you. I just didn't get that big WWE nod till very recently. So screw you and your veteran advice. Cena's like, Zayn got hurt, but you got fired up and took the fight to me for that U.S. title, so don't sleep on him. He may surprise you and take that from you. As far as right now, the challenge is still on, and Owen's like, you know what? I'm a prize fighter, and I already got a prize, I already got a title, so I'll fight you on my terms, not yours. We will fight at some point, but it'll be on my terms. And I'm going to give you some advice, and boom, immediately, kicks Cena, snap release power bombs him, leaving Cena laying as Owens just stomps right on the U.S. title. Holds his NXT title high up in the air, mocking Cena. Kevin Owens has fucking arrived. And I don't have NXT because I don't have the network. I will get it for the pay-per-view because that's coming up this Sunday. was wanting Zayn to win just so Owens can continue to fight Cena and make that a U.S. title match, but apparently it's non-title. Ziggler post-stitched up after his stupid headbutt bullshit against Stardust. No commercial breaks in this one. This is like very commercial heavy break. Raw. Post-match interview, Cole says how you're feeling to Ziggler, and Ziggler's like, look away, I'm hideous. No, seriously, I'm good. It's hockey season. Chicks dig scars. Cole reveals Ziggler's the sixth man for that Intercontinental title match as Lana comes out looking Ziggler's way. As they totally make out, you guys. Totally. Russo's coming out pissed, and Booker's like, someone's gonna die. I'm usually not on the side of Booker T when it comes to commentary, but that was fucking brilliant. Someone's gonna die. That's not good for your PR, but holy shit, yeah. Like I said, I normally don't give Booker T any credit because I'm convinced that he's super time impaired, like Little Karibo jokes about, but this was spot fucking on for once. For the first time in like, I don't even know how fucking long, so live that up, Booker. Rusev just pounding on Ziggler at this point and looks furious, angrily at Lana. Gets close to her and she bitch slaps him. It looks like Rusev's about to do something about that and just gets zigzagged from behind as Ziggler and Lana leave. More tag team action with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan with a slightly looking more elaborate sheep mask, like he's got like writing on it or something like that. Yeah. I kind of want like that sheep mask and then have all like with the Quan Chi makeup over that. That'd be, I don't know, just to promote MK10. I don't know if they can do that because they're PG now. They just annihilate the team of Fandango and Zack Ryder. Lasted longer than I thought it would, honestly. Surprised the commentary wasn't continuing to take bets like last week. The Blah twins backstage. And Steph's like, good luck and, good luck in your match. And, goes on to say that due to Bree's husband being gone, she might have some psychological trauma or something like that. I wasn't paying attention because it's the fucking Bellas, so my fucks to give are at a all-time low. Basically means for Nikki to go out into the ring solo as she finally defends her title against Naomi Zing. She's like, I don't know why the people are so behind the Bellas. I'm a better athlete than both of them put together. Nikki's fighting off Naomi for a time, clotheslining Naomi to the outside, dives on her and Tamina. Okay, I'm paying attention now to this one. Then Nikki goes for a finish as Tamina super kicks Nikki. DQ finish. So that's what I get for paying attention. 2-on-1 on Nikki for a time as Paige returns. She chases off Naomi and Tamina. And then as Nikki gets up to get her Divas title, Paige drops her and holds that Diva titles up high. She's like, oh, this is my house. Owens having a convo with Triple H backstage. Renee Young gets to speak with him afterwards. Owens says, I was going to fight Cena on my terms, and the Authority is making that possible. Seth Rollins Appreciation Nights. The Architect of a Dream. That's what it was. I knew I wrote it down somewhere. Celebrations all around. King's a little strong-armed by Rollins. He doesn't want to thank him, but he's like, thanks for saving my job. I guess. Baka. I don't know, I can't. Just imagining, like, instead of the Seth Green and Camp thing, that's what I want, like, I don't know, like, the fucking goofy-ass, I think it's I don't know if it's, like, what you call it, like, because there's, like, another, Haruhi thing that's, like, based on, Yuki Nagato, but Yuki Nagato's, like, not serious, she's all, like, Ugu and shit, I'm like, no! That's not my Yuki-chan. Not my waifu. It's one of my anime waifus. Ugh, don't want to get into that. Right? Might get into that at some point for a podcast too. When my all-time anime waifus are. But Sirius Nagato is one of them. Celebrations all around for that anyway. Ambrose comes out again, says, I still want a title shot. He's like, back of the line? You should know I'm a habitual line jumper. And Steph's like, Steph, get him. So Hogan's security attack him as Ambrose gets past that little numbers game somehow. Managed to get Rollins near something old and familiar. Cinder blocks. Yeah, he's threatens to put Rollins through those cinder blocks. So he's got his head on the cinder blocks. He's like, I'm gonna fucking end this guy's career. And Seth's like, all right, we'll give you the title shot. So again, another thing where it's threaten somebody and strong arm to a title match. Kind of like the U.S. title, so. But, it didn't fit Cena because he's like the super babyface heel and we got on him. Ambrose is a fucking deviant and people love him. So he's like pretty much eclipsing Roman Reigns at this point. Roman Reigns is just kind of like that hanger-on now, that little buddy. Which segues into SmackDown with the, quote, return of Roman Reigns. Don't know why it's a return. He didn't really go anywhere. He just wasn't on the show Monday. It's not really a return. He's just like, I wasn't on Raw. I'm on SmackDown. But apparently it's a big return. So he says, I didn't win at Payback, but anytime you can punch Seth Rollins in the face is a good time. The Shield reunited for that brief time. Powerbombed the hell out of Randy Orton. I could feel the emotion of that crowd. Like, once again, it's like, yay, I'm popular again. That might have actually helped him out just a little bit. Like, okay, he's over again. Like, because he's I don't know if it's like, it might have been just because it's taped, but he's getting a little bit more from the crowd or something like that. I guess now that he's not like super after the title, like they clearly want that for Ambrose. So did I, honestly. Like, I thought he was gonna be that breakout star just because of his character. He says, well, I can choose after Rollins, you gotta think with your head. So I'm gonna enter that Money in the Bank ladder match. So, further on ahead, so that could be interesting. Dean Ambrose out next says, my mind's been racing about that match you just mentioned. I love it. But then I remembered I'm not rooting for an opportunity because by then I'll already be champion. And Reigns is like, respect to you how you outsmarted Rollins, but you need to think of an exit strategy. That's been your problem for a while. Like, you got to think of a plan B or something like that, man. He interrupts this by saying, like, I actually agree, Roman. Dude, your exit strategy ended up with Rollins giving you a pedigree on Monday. Like, yeah, you got the match, but you still got beat down. You got one over on us. But in the end, the authority always wins. And Reigns is like, how do you know what winning is? You're always on your back. And King's like, Roman, you're not in Money in the Bank. You lost at Mania and at Payback. The only thing you earned is your spot at the back of the line. You want a shot? You got to prove yourself to me. Ambrose is continuing to pester King and I. Bieber's groupie. Tell me, when Hunter and Steph leave you their table scraps, do you eat with utensils or like the lapdog you are? You don't. Like, they're really dumping on King here. Taking a verbal beating from both these guys. And Ambrose is like, you're going to get a rematch against Bray Wyatt. Yeah, we'll get that again, even though I thought the ambulance match they had like months ago was supposed to be the finality of thing. But WWE and finality, if they wanted to, they could do Cena Orton for the upteenth time. One final time. Ambrose is like, you know what, I'm fine with that. I'll finish my unsettled business with him. Kane goes on to say, Reigns, I got nothing for you. Reflect on your failures. Go to better superstar. You get the night off. Get the fuck out. And Reigns is like, all right, I got the night off, but I'm going to be in the back watching and making sure everything you do is best for our business. Millions of dollars. Primetime players end the New Day on commentary as we get Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus the Ascension versus Los Matadors versus Mucha Lucha Dragons. They're the ones that get the win over the Matadors. There's a segment on WWE.com with Rusev saying, I treated Lana with nothing but respect, but she turned her back on me. Rusev crush Dolph Ziggler. And Ziggler's live response to that is, Sunday, trying to get revenge on Sheamus. Monday, I'm still attracted enough that after I'm told I'm in the IC title hunt, Lana takes notice and gives me a little something. No stranger to pretty girls doing that, but I'm locked in an elimination chamber with an angry ex. Lana returns to wish Dolph good luck and wishes him luck tonight in his match. And Dolph is like, I know what you're doing. You're just trying to make Rusev jealous, but it seems okay with it. He's okay with being Lana's sloppy seconds, apparently. Alright. I don't know if they did it or anything or not. It seemed like mutual, but they're of course hinting that there's a little bit more to it. There's like an attraction there with Lana and Rusev, like Rusev's being a little kind of possessive. Lana would cheer on Ziggler, who goes over King Bara in his match. Paige to talk about how she is still the rightful #1 contender and how Naomi finally became relevant. You took what you wanted, I respect that. Makes fun of Tamina saying she's competing in the wrong division. I don't know if I like that. And while I respect what you did by taking what you wanted, you also took something from me. This is my division, and this is my house. And Naomi comes out to me and it's like, you don't understand where you are in the pecking order. Someone like me with natural ability, talent, and charm is the one that deserves to rule this division. You don't know what struggle is. You're to be overlooked by the same people you're trying to impress. Your first day here, you get a title shot, and you didn't deserve that. You didn't earn that. You haven't been here as long as I have. You recently had an opportunity till I took it from you and removed you from the equation. So yeah, and Paige is like, taking opportunities, that's exactly what I did. And I did more in 1 year than both your careers combined. And being a diva requires that little something called personality, which you two lack. What you don't lack is excuses, so get over it. And Naomi's just fucking pissed. She's like, get over it? I'll get over it. I'll get over it. I'll push over you and any other bitch I come across. Like, fuck you, bitch. And so it's like 2-on-1 till the Divas champ Nikki comes out, splits them up before Nikki returns the favor from what Paige did to her on Monday. Bray Wyatt says, his little vignette thing, like, people used to treat lunatics as a threat, or say that they were even possessed by the devil. Everything is the devil to you, mama! Don't know why I quoted that, but whatever. Gives you another thing to look up. Vicky Valen gonna show me a movies, and I like them too. Hey, we're bringing it back. Marvelous. People would look at us like we're primitive and outrageous, and they're right. Demons do exist, and I'll prove to Ambrose he's got his, and that they march to my command. Why me? Why now, you may be asking? It's because you're in my way. I guess that's a new catchphrase or something like that. R-Truth goes over Stardust. I guess Star ran out of spiders. Whew, these two. They're stuck in bottom barrel now. Ooh. Renee Young with Ryback backstage saying, Ryback's like, I never competed in the chamber, but I'm chomping at the bit to step inside. A starved lion beside a cage with 5 scared antelope. How's that equation? Renee's like, yeah, I just became vegan. I don't want to know. And Ryback's like, changes the subject. Delivers a message to 5 other competitors that he's hungry, and he leaves, comes back, he's like, by the way, I got some, great high-protein vegan cuisine for you if you're interested. I'm flexible like that. The Meta Powers actually get a win over Adam Rose and Heath Slater, so who gives a shit? Renee backstage, once again, with Bo Dallas, says, there was once a beautiful bird that could fly higher than anything you could imagine, till it flew too high, hit a power line, and hurt its wing. And I watched it hobble, unable to fly, so I nursed that bird back to health, and with my help, it overcame adversity. I see Neville as that bird now. I'm trying to make him stronger until one day he too can overcome that adversity and fly away. All he has to do is Bo leave. Seth Rollins with his security come out near the conclusion of the main event between Ambrose and Wyatt till, of course, Reigns comes out. Evens the odds, cleans house, including Superman punching Wyatt in the face, leaving Ambrose free to hit dirty deeds and win. So both these guys fought, and each person won is because due to outside shenanigans. So neither one won clean. So, and Ambrose has like going into the match. I do have Raw already written down for the next. But yeah, I'll get to that for my next podcast. So yeah, that was. Again, sorry it was so impromptu, just because a lot of outside shit happened. Again, I'll put links to below for Gabriel Wingu. That's who it is, by the way, for those of you who don't know who I'm talking about. That Retro 31 thing. He's back, yay! He was another LPer. For a time, he did I think his last LP, he was trying to do the second Digimon World. I don't know if he'll be coming back to that. He might not have the time to do that or something. I don't know. I don't want to say he does or doesn't have the time. he's been, I guess, out of work. Like, he's trying to look for that as well. So, again, that's why the donations things and all that stuff. So, if again, your money situation's good and you want to help out somebody and help somebody out, by all means. That's the podcast. Again, sorry it was so late, but better late than never. Right, Kizzy?